Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we will go through all the Amber cards in Fabled. I will rate them from S to D tier and we will see how strong these cards are. So let's get into it and let's start with the Queen. It's a support, it has support, it's 2-4 and at the start of your turn, you may choose and discard a princess or queen character card to return a character card from your discard to your hand. I think this card is really underrated at the moment. I think you have a lot of combo potential with it and I think you can put it in between B to A tier. I will put it into B tier because we have like 33 cards to go, so let's see, we can switch it up later on. Next up we have Pongo, a reprint. I think it's a really cool reprint, but I don't think it will see a lot of play. Yeah, so I will just put it into C tier, but not into D tier because the effect is quite nice and I think this card is like playable, but not right at the moment. Next up we have Rockstar Stitch, also one of the reprints I'm really excited for. I think it's a really cool looking card. I think it's one of the first cards I drew when I made packs, when I opened some packs, so I think this card is like something special to me. But sadly I don't think it will see a lot of play in the future, so I just put it into C tier. Next up we have a really interesting card. We have the Beast that costs 5, has 5/4, and your princess characters get +1 attack and +1 defense. I think this could be really good, especially if you see how many princess and queen princess we actually have, and you can really combine this with the queen we had before. So I think this card could be a really good card in princess and queen deck later on. So I will just put it into B tier. Next up we have the Minnie Mouse. I think that's the card that got an iconic, so I think this is really cool. It has 2/4, costs 4, is inkable, and her effect is your characters named Mickey Mouse gain support, which is really nice. But now comes the effect, why I think she's so good. Because whenever this character quests, you may banish chosen exerted character with 5 strength or more. So basically you could push some opponent's characters with support, make them go over 5 and then just remove them with the Minnie Mouse. I think this combo could have some potential in like a blue-yellow deck in the future. And there is like already a Minnie Mouse with Bodyguard that has this effect. I think this is like a bit more playable than the one before, so I'll just put it into B tier, and I think like this type of removal has a lot of potential in the future. Next up we have one of the, I think, more underrated cards. We have the Aurora Holding Court. It's a 1-cost 1/2, and whenever this character quests, you pay 1 ink less for the next princess or queen character you play this turn. So this really means you can play out in turn 1, and in turn 2 you go quest with her and play out Tiana. And I think this is like one of the most broken combos you have right now. If you play her on turn 1, Tiana on turn 2, and then start with maybe playing Lady into a Bodyguard. For example, there are a lot of 2-cost bodyguards you can play, and then you have like a really undestroyable line of defense, and you're just going to quest every turn, and it's really hard to remove all those threats at once. So yeah, I think this is definitely an A to S tier card. I will put it into S tier because I see that you have a lot of potential also for future sets where more princesses and queens will be printed for sure. Next up we have the Queen, and I will just put this into C tier. I don't think I'm not really sure if the Shift got also a reprint. If it got a reprint, it could be definitely to B tier, but as for now I'll just put it in C tier. It's like not big of a deal. Next up we have the mini Rapunzel, and you remove up to 2 damage from chosen character, also reprint. I don't think this card is good, so I will put it into D tier, as well as this Stitch. A lot of reprints we see here. Again, we have like a Mulan 2-3 with support. I think I will put it into C to B tier. Also another reprint, and I think why I will do this is because of the shift options you have. So just put it into B tier. And Daisy Duck, also really interesting. When you, again, a reprint, when you play this character, each opponent chooses and discards a card. Maybe you can make another discard deck in the future, for example for Lemon Lime. And I think I will put this card to maybe even to C tier, and that's because you have the Dale already, which has also like a shift option. So this means Daisy Duck is not really needed anymore. Next up we have Tinkerbell, 1/4, and when you play this character, look at the top cards of your deck. You may reveal a character card and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. I think because of 4 uninkable it's really hard to play this card, but I don't think it's really bad, so I'll just put it into C tier. Again, Mickey Mouse, 3/3/3, quests for 2, pretty basic. I will just put it into D tier, nothing special here. I don't think this card will be played a lot. The Pluto, on the other hand, could be interesting. He had the problem that Medusa was up, he was at just 3 strength and he was easy to remove, but with the 1-drop Pluto being also already included in this set, you could potentially start playing this card because it's 3/8, it has bodyguard, it's really everything what does have a 7 or an 8 as a defense is really hard to remove at the moment. Only where you can do this really is to play Hades or Into the Unknown. So I'll put this card basically into maybe B to C tier. I'll put it into B tier because I don't think that card is too bad. Next up we have the Ariel Singer, 7. I don't think that this card is so good. The problem here is that on turn 4 you want to play a lot of other characters instead of her, so I'll just put it into C tier. And yeah, then we have a really strong sealed card. It's the Pluto, because when you play this character you may remove up to 3 damage from chosen characters of yours. So for like sealed events this card is really strong. In competitive play I don't really think we will see a lot of play from this card. Next up we have Nani with bodyguard, 3/6, nothing special here. I will still put it into C tier because I think the stats are pretty okay. Then we have our mini Rapunzel, and when you play this character you may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. If you remove damage this way you may draw a card. If the stats wouldn't be too bad, I think this could be a really good A tier card, but I will just put it into C tier at the moment. Then we have Cinderella, Singer 5, and remove up to 3 damage from chosen princess character if you tap her. I don't really think this card will see a lot of play, so just put it to D tier. Same for Moana. I think this card is a bit too expensive, and even with 1/6 it's really hard to really easy to remove for your opponent. Then we have the Pluto. I will put it into B tier because I think this card will be better in the future if you can cheat out more and more characters that do the same effect like him at the moment. You can like really take your resources and you don't have to ink them anymore because you have those characters. If you are able to protect those characters good enough, you will be able to play out characters that are highly expensive, but you will play them like on turn 4 or 5 already, or like on turn 3 or 4. So this is really cool. I'll put it into B tier. Next up we have Ursula Singer, a nice reprint. We already got the Troubadour, which is really good, and I will just put it into A tier still because it's one of the best cards. Because of Rapunzel not being reprinted, I don't think it will be as good as before, but having like 6 or like potentially 8 2 drops that sing for 4 is really good, so we will keep that in mind. Next up we have the Amber Queen, and whenever this character quests, your other willing characters get +1 lore this turn. I'm not really sure about this card, I'll just put it into C tier, I don't think it will be really good. Then we have the Carefree Surfer Stitch, another reprint, I'll just put it into C tier, I'm not a big fan of this card at the moment. Then we have Look at This Family, where I am a huge fan of this card, especially if you play like a song deck. I think this card has a lot of potential because you're getting in a deck and in a format we have where you don't have much draw power, if you don't play Amethyst of course. I think this card helps you to get a full hand again, so I will put this into A tier. I think this card has a lot of potential. And I think also the Circle of Life is an S tier card. It's inkable, it's a sync together 8, and you can play any character from your discard for free. So you could play the big Mickey out, for example, and so on. I know I saw some really cool combos where you can play it out in turn 3 or so, but let's like keep that in the back of our mind and think about other cool things you can do with this card. You can get back your gaming finisher again. If your opponent had a hard time to remove a character, you can just resummon him with this again. I think this is really amazing, and I think if you play a deck that controls the board, you're even able to play it out with your ink because the game goes so long. So I'll put this card into S tier, and I think this card has a lot of potential. So we have 8 cards more to go, and we will start with the action songs. You can remove up to 3 damage from a chosen character, draw a card. Nothing special, I'll just put it into D tier. It's not really a good card at the moment. Then we have Lost in the Woods, which I think is actually an A tier card because all opposing characters get -2 until the start of your next turn. You can combine this and get like an Under the Sea out if you play Lemon Lime. So Lemon Lime in this particular thing is not bad yet. You have like really cool options here. You have the singers, you have songs that make -attack, and you have the mass removal in your deck. So I will put this into A tier. I don't think it's a bad card. Then we have Bruno's Return. Return a character card from your discard to your hand. You may remove up to 2 damage from chosen character. Nothing special, I'll just put it into D tier because it's uninkable. Then we have the World's Greatest Criminal Mind, another reprint where I think it has a lot of potential, so I will just put it into, I think, even A tier because you have Maui Shark and you have other characters you can't easily remove. And for Amber, this is like the only hope they have to remove big threats, or for example, give other characters of your opponent, like with your support, some strength so you can remove them later on. So I'll just put it into A tier here. Then we have one of my favorite art designs in Lorcana. It's Be Our Guest, and I think when I played this card in set 1, I thought this card is really cool because you can look at top 4 cards of your deck and you may reveal a character card, put it in your hand, so you're really choosing the next move you're gonna do here, and I think this is really amazing. And I potentially think this card will never be under A tier for me. It's not S tier at the moment, but I can see that it will go that way. I think Lantern is also pretty cool. You're not playing a lot of uninks, I think, in Amber at the moment, like in not the aggro version of Amber, but more of like a control version, so you can definitely put 1 or 2 of them in. I will still put it into B to C tier, I'm not really sure now. I will just put it into C tier because you have like characters that do the same. And I think playing out characters in this meta is more important than playing out items. Then we have Ursula's Shell Necklace, which is actually pretty underrated. I think this card has a lot of potential in a singer deck, and for example, I saw some decks with Lemon Lime and so on, wherever you play a song, you may pay 1 ink to draw a card. I think this is a really cool draw engine for this deck, and I think I will definitely put it into B tier. But keep in mind, this card could also be like not really that good, but I think it has a lot of potential. Then we have Atlantica, and character here count as having +2 singer. I think it's too slow. I don't think you want to play this on turn 1 or later on, and you have to pay 2 to shift characters into it. And yeah, that's it. We can go to tier view now and see how we rated those cards. I think you can definitely put this Ursula into S tier if you want. It's just in A tier because you have already a character that does the same, and because of Rapunzel not being reprinted, she has lost her value with that 1/4, and you would more likely to play the 1/3 character with resist because it's much stronger in this meta right now. Also, I think I think this set has a lot of potential to be fun for a sealed format. And yeah, the next few videos will of course be about the other colors, and yeah, I will post them in the next few days. Stay safe guys, and see you guys soon. Bye.